Life can often feel overwhelming, and sometimes we find ourselves in moments where we just want to give up. It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of challenges and uncertainties, where every path seems blocked and every step forward feels heavier than the last. In these seasons, it's normal to question why things are not working out, why breakthroughs seem distant, and why you can't see the way out. It's in these moments that the weight of our struggles often blinds us to the truth. God's promises are still true, even when we can't feel His presence. It's a tension every believer faces, knowing that God has made promises of provision, peace, and breakthrough, yet experiencing the silence and stillness that can make us feel abandoned. The quietness of God in those moments can feel like a test in itself. You may even wonder if your prayers are reaching heaven. But understand this: God is not silent out of neglect. His silence is not absence. It's during these times that He is refining us, preparing us, and molding us to fully receive the blessing that He has in store. It's easy to doubt, but take heart. Your breakthrough is coming. God is still at work, even when you can't see it. Before every breakthrough comes testing. This process is necessary for growth. God allows seasons of struggle to build in us the endurance and trust we need to carry the weight of His promises when they are finally realized. These difficult seasons are not in vain. They are part of the preparation for what is to come. Think of a plant that grows underground before it ever reaches the surface. For days, weeks, or even months, there is no visible progress, but underground, roots are forming, deepening, and strengthening. The same happens in your life. What seems like stagnation is often growth happening where no one can see, preparing you for the moment when your breakthrough finally manifests. God uses testing to strengthen your faith. Endurance is built in the waiting, and trust is cultivated when you are forced to lean into God more than ever before. While it may be uncomfortable, it is during this time of hidden growth that God is forming your character and your capacity to carry the breakthrough He has for you. So, don't despise the process. Trust that the trials you are going through are leading to something greater. Embrace the waiting, and know that you are being prepared for something beyond what you can imagine. It can be incredibly difficult to watch others around you thrive while you struggle. Whether it's a friend landing their dream job, a family member starting a new chapter of success, or even a stranger on social media seemingly living their best life, it can stir up feelings of comparison and frustration. You may begin to question your own journey, wondering why your own breakthrough seems delayed. The temptation to doubt yourself and your worth becomes strong, and you might even wonder if the standards you've been holding to, your faith, your morals, your patience, are worth it. When it feels like everyone else is moving forward, it's easy to begin questioning everything. Why is it working out for them, but not for you? Why does it seem like the world is progressing while you're stuck in a seemingly never-ending cycle of setbacks? These are the times when doubt creeps in and the lies of inadequacy try to cloud your thoughts. But here's the truth. God's timing is not the same as the world's timing. The success others experience doesn't mean that you are falling behind or that your journey isn't valuable. Just because things seem to be happening for others doesn't mean that your time hasn't come yet. God's timing is perfect. He knows exactly what you need and when you need it. What might look like a delay is often divine preparation. While the world may be focused on the rush of success, God is shaping you, refining you, and setting up a moment of breakthrough that will be tailor-made for you. Trust in His timing, and don't compare your path to others. The best things are worth waiting for, and when your time comes, it will be far greater than you ever imagined. Now is not the time to give up. It's easy to become discouraged when things seem tough and when life's struggles seem unending. But holding on to your faith is crucial, even in the darkest seasons. The truth is that God is always at work behind the scenes, even when we cannot see it. Just because you can't feel it or see it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. God is always working on your behalf, orchestrating circumstances, aligning opportunities, and preparing you for the breakthrough He has promised. Trust that His plan for you is unfolding in ways you might not yet understand. The moments when everything seems bleak are often the moments when you are being prepared the most. Just like a seed has to break open in the dark soil before it can sprout and grow, your faith is being stretched and tested to deepen your trust in God. Even in the silence, God is present. Hold on to His promises, even when your circumstances are screaming the opposite. The breakthrough that you are waiting for is often the result of enduring faith and trust that God is faithful to complete the good work He has started in you. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep believing. Your moment is coming. Joy does not depend on circumstances, but on God's presence. It's easy to get caught up in thinking that our happiness is contingent on what's happening around us. If life is going well, we feel joyful. If things are falling apart, joy seems far out of reach. But true joy, the kind that surpasses understanding, comes from knowing that God is with us, no matter what we face. His presence is constant, even in the midst of trials, and it is this presence that anchors our souls. The story of Paul and Silas in prison offers a powerful example of choosing praise over despair. Here were two men, beaten and imprisoned for their faith, facing an uncertain future. Yet instead of succumbing to hopelessness, they chose to praise God in the midst of their suffering. Acts 16:25 tells us, "About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them." This act of worship was not only a declaration of faith, but it was a choice to find peace and joy in God's presence, even in their darkest hour. Learning to find peace and joy, even in the most difficult situations, is a lesson we all must learn. It requires shifting our focus from our circumstances to the unchanging truth that God is with us. No matter how heavy the burden or how dark the night, God's presence remains the source of our strength, and in that we can find peace and joy that nothing else can give. In the midst of trials, it's easy to become consumed by the overwhelming nature of our problems. It's natural to focus on the challenges we face, the difficulties that seem insurmountable, and the obstacles that block our way. But shifting our gaze from our problems to God is one of the most powerful ways we can activate our faith. The way we view our circumstances can determine how we respond to them. If we only focus on the mountain in front of us, we will see nothing but its size and weight. But when we fix our gaze on God, we realize that no mountain is too big for Him to move. The importance of perspective cannot be overstated. When we choose to see our circumstances through the lens of God's sovereignty, we activate our faith. We remember that God is in control, that He has already overcome the world, and that His plans for us are always for good. It's in these moments of perspective shift that our faith grows, knowing that our God is bigger than any problem we face. Nothing is impossible for Him. When we choose to see Him as the ultimate authority over our lives, we understand that no matter how difficult our trials may be, they are not the end of our story. They are simply a part of the process, and with God, we will overcome them. The story of Daniel waiting 21 days for an answer to prayer is one that teaches us the invaluable lesson of persistence. In Daniel 10:12-13, we learn that although Daniel's prayer was heard the moment he began to pray, the answer was delayed by spiritual forces. The angel told him, "Do not be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come in response to them." Yet, Daniel had to wait 21 days before his breakthrough arrived. This delay was not due to God's inability to respond, but rather to spiritual warfare and the preparation needed for Daniel's breakthrough. Daniel's perseverance during this waiting period teaches us the importance of persistence in prayer. Even when we don't see immediate results, we are encouraged to continue praying, believing, and trusting that God is at work behind the scenes. It's easy to grow weary when we don't see changes or answers right away, but like Daniel, we must remain steadfast. Our persistence in prayer is not a sign of doubt, but an expression of faith. Faith that God hears us and that He will answer in His perfect timing. Even when nothing seems to change on the surface, our breakthrough is often in the making. Keep praying, keep believing, and trust that God is moving even when we can't see it. Understanding that trials and testing prepare us for our breakthroughs is key to standing firm in faith. Life's challenges are not random or meaningless. They are designed by God to strengthen us, refine our character, and prepare us to receive the blessings He has in store. Breakthroughs are not only the result of answered prayers, but also the culmination of endurance, faith, and trust that we develop through testing. The trials we face are shaping us for the moment when God opens the door to our promised breakthrough. Maintaining joy and trust in God's promises, even when circumstances seem bleak, is one of the most powerful ways to stand firm in faith. Joy does not depend on external circumstances, but on the unshakable truth that God is with us and He is faithful to fulfill His promises. Like Abraham, who trusted God even when he didn't see how God would fulfill His promise to make him the father of many nations, we must continue to trust in God's word even when the situation seems impossible. Abraham's unwavering faith in God, even in his old age, is a profound reminder that God's promises are always worth waiting for. Drawing inspiration from the faith of others in the Bible, we see countless examples of those who stood firm in their belief in God's promises. From Noah building the ark in faith, despite the ridicule of others, to Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt, trusting in God's command, these stories teach us that our faithfulness to God during times of testing is the key to experiencing the ultimate breakthrough. The lessons learned during our trials build the foundation for the strength needed to stand firm in faith. By embracing these lessons, we prepare ourselves to step into the breakthrough God has planned for us. Keep trusting, keep believing, and know that your breakthrough is on the horizon.